Yo, we're live and moving. Here we are. Now we are. Sorry, I had my little microphone up in the air. This is episode, is it 201? Is it already 201? This is Friday. So this episode won't be coming out until Monday. So if anything fucking crazy happens and I didn't address it over the weekend, then I'm so sorry. Because this is still Friday. This is Friday, 6:50 in the morning. I got to work extra early, right on time. The guy said be here at 6:30. I got here at 6:30. I got the truck loaded up. I put a bunch of hoses on here. We're headed up to St. Joe. We're gonna suck out some tanks. He said that they sent a crew up here once before with no luck. So for some reason, we're going back up here again, and things are gonna be good. But I'm not sure. Yesterday I was training the guy on how to drive. There he is right there. He's coming into work. That guy, he's learning how to drive a manual semi-truck, and he doesn't have any manual experience at all. But now that he knows, he's not very good at driving the manual truck, but he's learning, and that's the important part, right? Um, but he's like, oh yeah, I hope I can get off early enough today. And then we ended up staying an hour and a half later. But he's like, I hope I can get off early enough today. I'm like, why? He's like, because I bought a new car. I'm like, what'd you buy? Just trying to. I'm like, you got information you ain't been telling me. You got a new car. You got to let me know. We can't ride around. What do you? Because he drives a Kia Soul, lime green metallic Kia Soul. I'm like, that's the gayest fucking car I've ever fucking seen. I'm like, you need to get out of that fucking Soul. He's like, it's got good gas mileage and it's got low miles. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You look gay. Okay? You look, that's the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life. So he's like, oh, I'm getting a 2006 GTO. I'm like, really? GTO? It's like, yeah, I got a good deal on it. I'm like, okay. Is it all ragged out? Like, who are you buying it from? He's like, oh, there's a guy at work. His cousin is going away or some shit. I don't fucking know. He's like, yeah, I'm buying it from him. I'm like, okay. So yeah, it's got 700 horsepower. I was like, what? It's got 700 horsepower? It's like built? Because I asked him earlier. I was like, does it have anything done to it? He's like, no, it's mainly stock. It's only got 3,500 miles or 3,500. What? 35,000. God damn, that's me. That's all me. I can't fucking read. I can't. Well, I'm not reading nothing, but I couldn't say those words. It's only got 35,000 miles on it. I'm like, oh, okay. And then later on, he tells me, yeah, it's got like 700 horsepower. I'm like, what engine's in it? Do you know? He's like, yeah, it's got the 6.0 liter in it. I'm like, okay. So it's fully built? Is it turboed? Is it supercharged? Is it pro-charged? Is it got nitrous? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know, but I got a really good deal on it. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, they're really highly sought after. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I understand that. They're highly sought after because, yeah, they don't. Pontiac is no longer a company. They didn't make them for very long. And you got a 2006 GTO 6.0 6-speed manual, fully built with low miles. And he says he already paid the guy, and he's just got to go pick it up. And he paid $5,000 for it. I'm like, no. I said, no, you did not. He's like, yeah, I promise. It was only $5,000. I was like, no, I promise you spent $5,000 on something. But there ain't no fucking way you bought a fully built, low mileage GTO for $5,000. That's not what people do. Say, well, the guy said he really needs to get rid of it because he's going away. So I bought it. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go pick it up tonight. I'm like, all right. And then we get back to the shop later, a little bit later on. I was like, do you think you're gonna go get that car? He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you? If you don't drive it in, I will not believe you. And I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I just saw him pulling in today, but he was in a lime green Kia Soul, so I don't think he got anything. I think he either got scammed. He talked about getting scammed by his family. Like, he's like, yeah, I work all the time and I don't ever have time to spend my money, so I just save it up. But I'm really broke right now because my family, they keep asking me for money and I keep giving it to them. He's like, I've given my uncle like $7,000 and there's no way he can pay me back. I'm like, okay, well, quit loaning him fucking money. I mean, I don't know. People's family issues can go deeper than just what's on the surface. But this guy, I can definitely see how people would take advantage of him. So I'm like, dude, you need to. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but you need to grow up and start getting some balls underneath you because that ain't gonna fly. You know, you got to be able to be your own man and tell your family to figure their shit out, especially your uncle. You know, don't let him fucking take charge of you. My uncle took charge of me and fucking I didn't lose a lot, I guess, but he really fucked me over. My cousin, uncle, I don't know what he is. He's actually my cousin, but I've always called him uncle. And he's the one that I was trying to tell him about like the fastest cars that I've had or been in, and I'm being realistic. I'm like, I haven't been in anything very fast. The fastest car that I've owned was an '89 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe, 5-speed manual that me and my dad put together in my garage growing up. And then as soon as we got it running and driving, I drove it up and down the road once. And we had to do some more testing, and then I had to go to work. And when I got back from work, my car is loaded up on a trailer with the axle ripped out from underneath it. And I'm like, what the hell happened? He said, oh, your uncle came over here, got super excited that we got it running and driving, and he took it out hooning around, hit a fucking curb, and blew the ass end out of it. And he said he's got more parts at his house, so he's going to trailer it to his house and put a new rear end in there for you. I said, oh, awesome. And months and months and months go by, and then finally, I don't know, like a year later, I find out that he just sold it. He took it home, fixed it, and then sold it. And it's like, what the fuck? Now, maybe I was really young, so maybe I was left out of the loop, but I don't know. My dad was blaming him, so I'm blaming him. This water's been opened. That's not cool. I gotta dump this water out, and I'm not gonna pause it, so you guys are just gonna be able to. Oh, whoa, mm-mm. I feel like people behind me are probably like, "What the fuck is going on with that truck?" I was dumping a bottle of water out on the highway. Sorry if I got a little water on your Toyota, you fuckhead. There's no reason you're a fuckhead. I'm sorry. Just trying to be funny for a podcast here, okay, Toyota? I didn't honk, but I flashed my lights at two people this morning on my way in. I freaking got straight up cut off twice. And I'm like, and it's like, if you had used your blinker and cut me off, I probably would have just let it go. But you just straight up fly onto the highway without looking and just cut me off. I got to slam on my brakes. I would have gave you the horn, but I just gave you the flashers. And then another one, we're driving up. I'm getting a lot closer to work. I've been on the highway for 20 minutes by this time, and this guy just slowly drifts into my lane, and I'm like, oh, he's tired in the morning, and he just doesn't realize that he's coming into my lane, I guess. And then, but no, he knew what he was doing. He was just slowly pushing me out, and then took the lane, and I flashed him, but he kept going. I was like, dude, this guy's having a medical emergency. No, he was perfectly fine. He just, his left arm where that pushes the fucking blinker, I think was missing. I think he was missing an arm. So I can understand that. He's got to keep one hand on the wheel. His other arm is missing, so the safest thing for him to do, rather than use a blinker, is just to use the steering wheel and take whatever the fuck he wants. Just because you're a paraplegic doesn't make you a good person. You fuckhead one-armed bitch in the Ford F-150 on the 71 this morning. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Use your fucking chin to fucking blink. Bring one of them toes up. You're missing an arm. You know how to use them toes. Something happens when your arm gets cut off. You know how to use them toes a little bit better. You could fucking untie your shoe with that foot and fucking bring it up and click the goddamn blinker on. There ain't no excuse for you to not use your goddamn blinker. Fuckheads. Like, alright. The only time you don't use your blinker is when you're out on a desolate highway, there's nobody around. You don't need to use your blinker. That's really the only time that you could get away without using your blinker. But if there's traffic around you, why would you not use your blinker just to let people know where you want to go? Even these hoonin' motherfuckers that fly onto the highway, they use their blinker for every lane change. They're doing 150 miles an hour swerving through traffic, but they are using their blinker for every turn. Got to give them a little bit of credit for that. And I've seen them doing it, and I have not been asking for them to crash and wreck and die. But if they did, I probably wouldn't lose any sleep over it. But none of them wreck. So I don't know. None of the ones I've been around have wrecked. There's a video recently of a Mercedes down in Florida, which is actually, I think, right around the place where I was in Florida. There's a Mercedes that flew by people going super duper fast and wound up hitting a fucking dump truck square in the ass. And that crash bar that's designed to keep cars out from underneath the truck to keep from decapitating you didn't hold up to that fucking Mercedes at whatever speed he was going, because he straight up decapitated. I don't know, what is it called when you're just cut off at the nipples? Because that's where he was cut off. He got cut off at the nipples. I didn't see any body parts, but you can only imagine. You can't get down low enough in those Mercedes to not be killed upon impact, especially with that, So he's done. Hopefully he didn't have any other passengers in the car, even though they may have been fuckheads too. They weren't in control of the vehicle, so I hope nobody else got hurt in that situation. Just a dumbass driver that doesn't know how to fucking drive, or does know how to drive, just decides not to. There, see, you can hear it probably. I'm using my blinker. I'm coming over. My blinker's still on. I have not made it fully into my lane yet. There we go. We're in my lane. Last night I went home and all I did was play video games. I didn't even eat dinner. So I'm not fat. I haven't been fasting the entire time, because yesterday at lunch I did eat a bag of pork rinds. which I added up. It's like 500 calories for the entire bag of pork rinds. So I had 500 calories at lunchtime, which is still not a lot, not very substantial. And then for dinner, I didn't eat dinner at all. I got that fucking McDonald's for the kids that I was complaining about last time, and the kids didn't even eat it. So I did eat like half of one burger patty with cheese, 4 slices of bacon, and then a little bit later on for like a midnight snack because I was still like super fucking hungry. I ate 2 slices of ham that may have been old. May have been old. It's been open for a while. Why are you changing lanes? So hopefully it wasn't old and I don't get sick. I haven't got sick yet, so I think I'm in the clear. Yesterday, yeah. So yesterday I had 2 cups of coffee. One of them had a little bit of sugar in it. I'm sorry. Fuck off. Okay. I cheated. Okay. I like a little bit of sugar, but coffee. My second cup of coffee had a little bit of sugar. Bag of pork rinds, which they were the natural pork rinds. They didn't have any seasonings or anything on them. They were just fucking pork rinds. They're I still enjoy them, but they're not. They don't. I don't get excited about them. You know. A, like a basically a bite of McDonald's burger patty with cheese, 4 slices of bacon that I cooked up the day beforehand that was left over, and I did drink a protein shake last night also, and 2 slices of ham. So I guess I did have a little bit of food yesterday, but it was spread out pretty far. Spread out so far that I don't even know if my body noticed it. I was just like, I was trying to go to sleep and I was so hungry that I kept waking up. So I went out there and I grabbed a protein shake and chugged it down, and then I was like, oh, there's some ham here. Let me go ahead and just eat it. I would have ate more slices if I didn't think it was old. And then I gave the dogs a slice too, but they can handle it. They'll be fine. Yeah, I play video games. My game updated again. I was a little confused on what the update was about, and once I got in there, I realized the update is just nothing special. I'm glad they updated it. I'm not upset that they updated it. I'm glad they updated it. It'd be cool if they added a new car or a new game mode or something, or did like all the money that we left on the table doing all those races and stuff, because since they upgraded the money system, I did a lot of races for a low amount of money on the game, and I was hoping, and they said they would eventually, I'm not sure when, but eventually they will give you like a little bonus credit for all the money that you could have made. So I don't know. It said that I did over 100 races, and if they upgraded the money on 100 races, that's if it's 100, or if it's $1,000 more, which it's more than that. But if it was only $1,000 more, that's $100,000 little payday I'm going to get eventually, and that would be nice, because even though they made it easier to make money on there, it's still a grind. And for some reason, they put in limits on how often you can do races, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, I go to do another, I do a race, I win, I go to do the second race, and it says, oh, you're gonna have to wait 15 minutes. It's like, but why? I just spent money to fast travel to the race, and now I can't do it. I have to drive around I have to drive like 7 minutes that way, and then 7 minutes back, and then I still have to wait a minute. Could do 7.5 minutes that way, but maybe, I don't know. Okay. And then not fast travel, but I don't know. It's still a really fun game. I really like it, but I bought. I was kind of confused. There's a race that you can do, but you have to have certain qualifications. It has to be a level 1 build, but it can. I don't know what these. It's level C 1, and then there's another rating next to it that's an R rating or whatever. And the R rating is always R, but it's just got a number next to it, and you can upgrade that. That's like aerodynamics, wheels, tires, weight reduction kits, suspension, all the stuff that doesn't add power, just makes the car better, I guess. So I was trying to get a car that had a high enough R rating, but a low enough engine rating, and I didn't have enough money to fucking build a car like that. And all the cars I have were already built. You can take all the shit off of them, but it was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It'd be cool if you could sell parts. Because that would be nice. Because I bought like an upgraded clutch, but then I bought the next upgraded clutch, and it's like, now, why would I ever go back to the smaller clutch? Let me sell that clutch. Let me sell the stock clutch also. Well, the stock clutch shouldn't cost anything, so let me keep that just in case I want to put everything back to stock. Anyways, I've just played video games for a little bit, watched YouTube, and then finally went to bed. I got to bed at a decent time, 11:30. That's pretty decent for me. I thought about working on the truck last night, but it was already cloudy out. It was already a little bit later. I didn't get home till 6. A little after 6, I had to go inside and hang out with the kids. They wanted to play video games. I didn't want to. I get out of playing video games by calling up my brothers because they play video games, and I say, "Hey, you owe it to your nephew to get on Minecraft and play with him, you fuckhead." And they will. I con them into it every time, and they get on there and they'll play with him, and then I don't have to play with him. But he's happy because he's playing with somebody, and so I feel a little bad about it. But like, dude, you've been playing Fortnite all fucking day. You don't. What's the difference of me playing with you? Everybody else that you would play with, like random people on Fortnite, are going to be better than I am. So I don't know, but yeah, I've been putting off the Fortnite for a while, but I'm sure I'll play it here soon. They were super sad about last night because they had to go to bed early because they have to get up early because it's grandparents' day at the school. So all the grandparents are going to show up to the school and have donuts or something. So I had to clean the house up a little bit too. Just to appease the wife. I'm like, just tell them not to come inside. Just hang out in the driveway next to my square body. Talk about that. I know her mom's going to show up and talk a bunch of shit on it. That she's going to look inside of it and be like, holy shit, this thing's a fucking mess. This thing ain't never getting done. Hey, shut the fuck up, ho! I'll get my fucking truck done when I get my truck done. I'm in a rush, but I shouldn't be. It's better if I'm not in a rush. So the longer it takes, the better it is. But I don't know. I'm hoping tonight I'm gonna go get home at a decent time. I don't know. I'm headed up to St. Joe right now. We got to clean out 2 pits. And the last crew that came out apparently couldn't get it done. So hopefully it's not a horrible day. They only sent 2 guys. If it's a horrible pit, they send 4. If it's a moderate pit, they send 3. If it's an easy pit, they just send 2. So I don't know. There's only me and one other guy, so hopefully it's going to be all right. But hopefully I can get home at a decent time tonight. I have to work tomorrow. I have to work on Saturday. It's fucking bullshit. I offered my services, but I wish there was no services to offer. You know, I wish I could. They're like there's nothing going on this weekend, and I would have an excuse to the wife why I'm turning down hours. But there's a job to do tomorrow, and it's a shitty job, and I don't want to do it, but I need money, so I'm going to get paid another 10 to 12 hours tomorrow to go do that job. Whatever. Who fucking cares about me? I had a nice 3-day weekend. I had a nice 2-day weekend. Now I'm back to the 1-day weekends here. Fucking sucks. But I'm going to go up there and get that done, and then hopefully tomorrow, Saturday, after I get off work, I can work on the truck even more. Well, hopefully tonight I can do a little bit of digging. Last night that I was working on it, it got too dark by the time I started doing anything. Not last night, the night before last. But I need a new grounding cable for the battery. It needs to be a little bit longer. And I need to measure out and cut some other wires and label them. And I need to take them into the shop and use an actual crimping tool to crimp these larger wires so I can start running power through the firewall into my fuse box and get my fuse box going, because I don't know, I'm a little intimidated by it right now, but I know as soon as I get power hooked up to it, I see where the power's coming into it, I see what I need to do, and I can start getting things wired up the rest of the way. I can get my radio. I talked to my buddy last night about the radio, so I got the speaker to work, but I had to cut my RCA cable. It's not, kept calling it coax cable. I don't know what the fuck coax cable is then, because this is the RCA plug. The RCA plug, I had to cut the end of it off and peel the wires back, and I was trying to ask him, because the RCA wires are really small. There's a lot of wires there, but they're really small. So I didn't know if I need to rip out those speakers and rewire it up with a bigger normal speaker wire. But basically he was saying it doesn't really matter how small the wire is, it matters how many strands of wire there is. And there's a lot more strands of this tiny wire than there are of the bigger wire. So I guess I'm just going to cut. I mean, it sounded fine, but I thought it might sound better with better wire. But I think I'm just going to cut all of those RCA ends off, which is fine because everything's already mounted and ready to go. And the leads are super duper long. So I can shorten those leads up, get them wired to the plug to the back of the radio, maybe even solder them, I don't know. But just I can get everything hooked up and the speakers will work. Now, you know, there's certain songs like Bohemian Rhapsody where they play songs or they play music out of the left speaker and different music out of the right speaker, but it comes together. And that's how stereo is, I guess. Instead of monotone, it's all stereo. So, the thing is, I'm going to have, unless I might do some wiring magic, but the center speaker, I figured I would just wire that up to be the right side speaker. So I'll have 2 rights and 1 left. Is that going to sound weird if Bohemian Rhapsody comes on? I don't know. Now, I could definitely wire that one speaker up to 2 of them. I could wire it up to the left and the right. So the left will be playing the left, the right will be playing the right, and the center will be playing both in mono. But it won't be mono because I have other speakers. So I don't know. The world is mine. I can sit there and wire it up as many different ways as I want, and get that done. Get the radio, get that panel mounted, get the the gauges wired up and mounted, and then I didn't get paid this week, but I get paid next week, and next week I plan on sneaking around the wife and getting my buttons all ordered so I can have all my buttons. I can wire up my power switch, and I can actually start up the truck probably. I mean, I need to do some work to the fuel tank and fuel lines and shit. I mean, just for right now, I'll use what I got because I need to go out and buy a new fuel line and then run it and crimp it and flare it and all that good shit. Because I want to do actual hard fuel line. I don't want to do rubber fucking line. But it will be nice to have a lot of the rubber line laying around in my shop. That'd be cool. My garage. I keep going to the shop. But yeah, it's just gonna be one piece at a time. Get it done. Hopefully next week. Not this weekend, but next weekend, I will have everything that I need to start the truck and run everything that needs to be ran. I found all the spots where the signal wires go for the oil pressure, the temperature, the tachometer. The fuel gauge is not going to work right now until I get a new fuel gauge or a new fuel tank. But I can get the headlights wired up. If the bulbs are good, I'm gonna need to go out and buy all new bulbs for everything. That's I think the headlights work and the marker lights work, but I'm sure there's some blown out bulbs around there somewhere that I'm gonna need to replace just to see if they work and get them all on at the same time so I can make sure my blinkers are going to work in the way that I want them to. Because the front blinkers, it's got a marker light and a blinker, and on some trucks they alternate. So, and it looks, I don't know if I want that. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see them alternate, but it would also be kind of cool for them to just both blink at the same exact time. I don't know what they're supposed to do, but I'm sure I can wire it up either way. And that's really about it. I mean, the wiper motor and everything is sitting right there. I can try to run some wires up there. The weigh station is closed. Hooray. I need a drink of coffee to celebrate. I forgot to check my weight this morning, but I don't know. I wanted to do a fast. I wanted to do a nice long fast. I didn't do one technically because I ate periodically through the day, but I ate a lot less than I normally would eat. So I'm hoping that had some sort of an effect on my body weight and I can bring it down a little bit more. Because whenever, I don't know, I'm going to start doing jumping jacks if it says I've hit 250. 250 even. I'm in the 250s right now, I believe. But if I get down to 249, guys, I haven't been 249 since before I met my wife 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Did she have anything to do with it? I don't know. I think me just getting better, more stable jobs and getting more of a steady paycheck and being able to go out and go to dinners and shit is what did that to me. It made me fat. So, but I'm off all that shit now. Things can only get better. Other than this morning, we have a blanket that we drape over our couch because there's a giant hole where my Great Pyrenees, he's long gone now, but I had a Great Pyrenees and he destroyed this fucking couch. And then our other couch got destroyed just by regular wear and tear. It wasn't destroyed, but it was definitely rickety. It was a double rocker love seat with the center console or whatever. I love that couch, but my chair, both of the chairs were crooked and bent, and they made horrible noises, and they were dirty and gross. So I just moved that couch down into the basement, and I moved the big couch upstairs that had the big dogs on it for a while, and they ripped a big hole in it, and I patched up the hole, and then they ripped the patch. Now I don't have big dogs, so I could probably patch up that hole. I'm not good at sewing, but I would like to get that hole patched up, and then we don't have to run a blanket on the fucking couch, because otherwise the kids are going to sit there and pull all the stuffing out of the cushions. But I like to get, we just have a blanket. What I'm getting at is we have a blanket that we drape over the couch, and it keeps everything nice and neat and tidy. Nothing falls down into the couch. You just pick it up and let all the crumbs of fucking Cheez-Its and shit fall on the fucking ground, and then you run the vacuum. It's a good system we got there. But the blanket falls off the back of the couch all the time. And this morning, it happened to be off the couch, and my wife had tidied up, and I had tidied up a little bit, and I decided I'm going to put this blanket on the couch. I did something with both of my arms stretched out and the blanket over my head so I can drape it over the back of the couch from the front of it. I moved in such a way that I pulled a tendon or something, a muscle in the back of my neck, and I thought it would go away by now. It's not going away. It hurts to turn my head. And I told this guy about it. I was like, dude, I pulled something in my neck right before I left my house. So hopefully we don't have a lot of heavy lifting or awkward movements, because it's hard for me to keep my head anywhere but looking straight. Like, I have to turn my whole body right now to look in my mirror. What else is going on? I don't know. Not a lot happened yesterday. I just sat around and watched another guy do a lot of work. Watched him eat a fucking personal pan pizza like a llama. Like Tina in the casserole from fucking that Napoleon Dynamite movie. Tina, come get your fucking food. You got like a casserole dish. Fucking, I don't know. I guess I could get a little bit into politics. I don't really want to. I mean, I don't mind it, but I'm just so disappointed in our government. I don't know if this is part of their plan or what. I don't even know what happened. I just heard some shit on the radio. Like, all these independent people, they've been talking about the World War III, quit fucking pushing the buttons of Russia, this and that. But now my local news station is saying those words. Is it part of the echo chamber? I don't know. But they're really talking about some shit going bad, and I need to get my square body finished before they do all that. Okay? Don't be starting a world war until I get my fucking truck done. Okay? Because that's probably what I'm going to try to drive around in the wartime. It's going to use way too much gas, and it's probably going to break down, and I'll end up walking. And the one car that would still run would probably be my wife's piece of shit Equinox. For some odd reason, that'd be our war-mobile. But, no, and on a serious note, there's a lot of fucking shady shit going on that's really uneasy. And I wish I could just be like all these other people driving around, just being people outside. Just being a guy driving down the road outside. Just have, two shits in the wind, whatever that means. Just driving around, having a good time, just listening to whatever they're listening. Katy Perry, watching the VMAs. Uh, I don't know, just living and living life. But unfortunately, me and my algorithm and my interest has got me keeping an eye on a lot of politics shit, and it really brings you down. And you're just like, this, everything could end. All of this could be gone, and it doesn't mean anything has to hit right where I'm at. But if attacks start coming, which are likely, they're likely, with people just letting people come in off the border and people knowing that we just let them in off the border. So other countries are just sending people over here and they're like, yeah, here's fucking $100,000. Just hop on a donkey and make your way to the border, sneak on through, get caught, get a visa, you'll get more money, you'll give you a house, they'll do whatever, they're not vetting. I mean, they're vetting some people. I'm sure they are. But what does vetting mean? Does vetting mean, okay, you're too bad to come in, get out? No, vetting means, yeah, he's bad, let him in. That's what it seems like. Like, okay, yeah, we let a lot of bad people in here. Okay, I'm glad we know that there's bad people here. Cool. What's their name? Well, they gave us this name. McLovin 95. Okay, well, I don't know. They're coming over undocumented, right? Which means they don't have papers. They're coming over with a backpack full of fucking Crest toothpaste. That's all they got. They just got toothpaste and a dirty pair of underwear. What's your name? Are we going to take blood from them? All right, well, when you were born in your barn from wherever you were, we don't have a database of who you are whatsoever. The only thing we have is what you're saying. And we're trusting that you're not lying about where you're coming from and who you are, and that you will appear at the court date to get asylum or whatever the fuck you're after. It's like, and there's a lot of good people coming across. There's a lot of people that are just fleeing a bad situation. They're like, holy shit, like, I don't want my kids getting killed. I don't want to get killed. We're going to go to America where it's safer. For right now, it is, okay? So they're coming across and they're just, I'm talking women, children, and some men. Some guys are just like, I got to make money. And if I come up here and I, trim somebody's lawn or fucking work at the meat packing factory or whatever, I can make some money. And I don't have too much of an issue with that. It's just it'd be nice if you tried to do it through the process, but they make the process so fucking hard and difficult that you'll be waiting until you're dead before you get granted citizenship or even whatever you want, whatever you're after. It's a long, expensive process, and the citizenship test is like a lot of these Americans that are driving around that just got it because they were born here, they couldn't pass it. I doubt I would pass it. I would need to do some studying, okay? So the people that did immigrate the right way are treasured because they learned the language, they did the test, they got everything passed, and they're here. I applaud you. You did it the right way. You went through all the bullshit to get it, just to get fucking yelled at when you get here by fucking angry people. You fuckers coming in here like, oh, whoa. I followed all the paperwork. I did it all the right way. Fucking, you're not after me. Which you would hope would make them get pissed off at the people that do it the wrong way. Is this where we're working, or are we just stopping to get some gas or fuel or something? Oh, he just decided he wanted to get some snacks or something. Because we still got to make it all the way up I-29 to 169. But yeah, it's like I'm not upset at the people that do it the right way. Spam in yeah, these are all spams. Cool. Keep getting spam emails. I accidentally clicked on something. I don't know if Cornbread Cowboy, he's the guy on Facebook that I like a lot of the songs that he likes, and he's got some cool, funny videos on Facebook. And he posted up a story, and it was a girl nipping in a t-shirt or something, and I might have clicked on it, but then it took me to some weird shit, and then also the Cornbread Cowboy is like posting up other shit. It's like this picture to fucking, I don't know, and it's like that's not something anybody real does. So I think he got hacked or something, and I clicked on some shit, so maybe I accidentally got fucked up. I don't know. Might have got fucked up. Anyways, um, like I said, I think I'm a good guy. I'm not over here. I'm not holding anybody against anything. I like everybody. You're here. You're queer. Welcome. You're here. You're not legal. I've worked with some people that weren't documented, and they're pretty fucking cool. They're pretty chill. Um, it's the people that might want to do harm that are sending people, because that I'm not. I sound like a kook, but it's actually happened. They've actually sent people over here to do harm, and we've caught a few of them. How are we going to know the ones we didn't catch until something bad happens? A lot of the bad shit that's happened is mainly domestic, though, or appears domestic. I'm not sure. So I don't know. I hate to be the guy to complain about something that hasn't happened yet, but it's like shit could happen. And it's just scary at the way at least what we're being told. All right, he said we're gonna go ahead and leave. He doesn't need fuel. He just wanted to get close to the door at the Loves or the Pilot to get a couple of snackies. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like we're spending a lot of money on the immigration deal. We're spending so much money on immigration, and we're making the lives of these people. Which, hey, if you find the way to get in and you can do better yourself, you're following you're following the system. They're telling you, you're like, hey, I got in here illegally. Sorry, you can't kick me out now. Okay, well, here's some money. Like, that's our government doing that. So I'm not, it's hard to be upset at the fucking people when they're getting caught. They're like, hey, I'm here. What are you going to do with me? And they're like, here's some money in our house. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? It's like, well, we don't want to kick them out. Like, okay. So we're just, all right. So I don't know if all the homeless people in America need to just go down to the border with no papers, with, I don't know, hopefully they have a clean background and they can just go and be like, yeah, I don't know, I don't have any papers. I'm just here illegally, and then they get the same treatment. I don't know. If I was homeless, I would probably try to get some of that migrant benefit somehow. Like, I was born here actually, and I'm living on the fucking street. Now, the reasons they're living on the streets are different for everybody, and same for a lot, but I do feel bad for the people that did have like a good life, and then they got, they went to their doctor for some sort of injury, a knee surgery. They have a good job, they have a good life, go in for a knee surgery, they get prescribed these pills, then they are not prescribed the pills anymore, and then they're like, well, I'm addicted to these pills now, I need something, and then they start by drinking, and then they drink and drink, and then they get kicked out of their job, and then they ain't got money, and then they get on the street, and then, what do you guys have to offer me to help me with the pain that I have? And they're like, we have a lot of different drugs out here. How about you try some of these and come sleep in my tent? I'll give you them if you let me fuck you in the ass. I'm sure that's true for at least one guy out there. That's somebody's story, I would think. There's probably a lot more to it, but that's it summed up. There's a summary. Kind of poetic. I got fucked in. I used to have a good job. I hurt my knee, and then now I'm fucked in the ass in a tent doing heroin and fentanyl, living on the street. That sucks. Uh, a lot of people just have addictive personalities. I do too. I have an addictive personality. Chewing tobacco and a little bit of sugar in my coffee, in square bodies. I'm. Those are a couple of the things that I just cannot live without. I will do some strange things to get chewing tobacco. I'll definitely do some strange things to get square body stuff. Fucked in the ass for a square body hood? How big is it? Not the hood. I need a hood. I need it bad. And how long is this going to take? How many sessions is it? Will you wash your hands beforehand? Don't know why. Maybe you were making some breaded chicken patties beforehand. I don't want that. Ribbed for my pleasure? I say no. No. Um, you're not allowed to finish. Okay? Finish on the back. Maybe that's going to be the name of this episode. Finish on the back. I'm getting a little crazy here. Uh, you got headlight bezels and a hood? Put it in me. I don't have any money. That's all I have to offer is my sweet juicy ass. And if my sweet juicy ass You know, hey, it's not my problem. I'm addicted. I'm addicted. Okay? I need to go to counseling. Like, what did you do? Like, a guy posted on Craigslist that he had a hood and headlight bezels, and his name was Pierre. So I just decided to go over to his house and offer, with a name like that. Sorry to all the Pierres out there. Uh, but I don't know. For some reason, the name Pierre seems like he would probably mount me on my back. Now, I need to look for somebody with a different name. Would I fuck somebody in the ass for a square body hood? Like, they're like, yeah, you can have this hood if you fucking stick it in my little ass. If it was a woman, that would be better. Doesn't matter as long as it was a woman. Even dressed like a woman, that would be better. Uh, would I do it? I don't know. I would have to talk to the wife about that one. I'd be like, babe, you know that I love square bodies, right? Yes. And I love you, correct? Yes. If I fuck this tranny in the ass, I will get a lot of the parts that I'm looking for. Not all of them. The hood isn't in great shape. It is still bent, but it's not rusted as bad, and it's the wrong color. But if I fuck this tranny in the ass, they said they'll give me this hood for free. And if I come on their back, I can have the headlight bezels for free. The cum's got to come out somewhere. That's just a given. But if the cum doesn't come out, I don't get the headlight bezels. So I don't know. Like, is this going to be hard for our relationship? Is this going to change anything about the way we do things? Can we also keep this a secret from the kids? That Dad fucked a tranny for a square body hood. I do not find anything about that attractive. I do not have a chubby right now. The only reason I would have a chubby right now is because I'm just looking at that hood, and it's the good hood. It's the early '70s hood. It doesn't have that the little bump out on the front. It's the perfect hood. It would look good. I put it on there. The hood I have works. I mean, it opens, it shuts, it's there. It needs a little bit of work, but if I could fuck a tranny in the ass to get a better one, who wouldn't? What are you more than likely to do? Ask yourself this. Find something that you cherish. Would you, to keep that item, you have one of two options. Get fucked in the ass or fucked a tranny in the ass. Which one would you do? I'm thinking the tranny in the ass because there are a lot of feminine men. Maybe they even have the dimples on their back. That would help. That would be a help. Long hair, as long as it doesn't fall off. No, don't talk. Duct tape the mouth. Blindfold them. Put a bag on their head. Have them wear a t-shirt with a bra with like some oranges or some mangoes or something in the bra with the t-shirt on so it looks like a woman. Topless is best, but not with the tranny unless they had the surgery. But then I don't even like I I've looked at a lot of porn in my life. Have you? I have. I've looked at some porn, and almost every single time you can tell if they're natural breasts or they're fake breasts. And I do not get off at all on fake breasts. You motherfuckers! Get on your phone, you fucking Duval piece of shit. I'm trying to turn here. I've got places to go, Ford. This is my fucking turn. Now I gotta look at the map. Because I lost my guy. He's gone. He's gone. Sorry, I'm getting a little in the weeds here. I should probably quit talking about sexualizing men. That's a little strange. But women, yeah. I mean, listen, I can tell you right now, I don't save my search history, but if I am willing to start saving my search history and putting it out there. Without curating it at all, you're going to see a lot of, I don't know, some weird links that are just like, it's like, why is he looking up avocados? I don't know. I was trying to see the health benefits or something. So I'm gonna have some weird links that are just strange, that make no sense. But then you're also gonna see a lot of Google searches for topless girls, natural, stuff like that. Pussies getting fucked. I don't know. Sometimes the dick needs to be there. It's just, I don't know. It's weird, a weird thing. But I do look at a little bit of lesbian stuff every now and again. It's like two girls having fun exploring each other's bodies. Are you getting hard? Quit getting hard. Um, the yeah. So I promise you, there was one single time because I heard it on a podcast. There was a straight guy. He's like, dude, I'm into trans porn. I looked it up one time. I couldn't fucking do it. I got on there. I was like, this isn't working. That's not good. That is not right. I don't like that. It looks 100% woman until you get about around waist level, and it's like that doesn't belong there. I'm sorry. If you want to live your life like that, go ahead. But I am not going to masturbate to you. I'm so sorry. You live your life. You do whatever you want with your body. Be who you are. Be the real you. But if you're a tranny, I am not going to masturbate to you unless there's just a top picture. If you have a nice features and breasts, I have no idea. There's no way for me to know. Just don't take a picture of the dick. Now, I've been tricked here and there, like buddies in messaging groups, they'll send you a thing and you're like, damn, that is a hot girl. And then all of a sudden a dick in your face. You're like, whoa! I don't enjoy those. I don't enjoy those. I will watch it a couple of times and then like pause it before it gets down to the bottom. But no, I don't know. I don't question my sexuality whatsoever. I have never looked up men's dicks on purpose and serviced myself to that. No, it's all women. I promise. But I mean, I ain't releasing my search history. That's a little too far. I ain't doing that. That's private. I do that in my own home, at my own time, my own leisure. As should y'all. Okay? Keep that shit to yourself. Had to get out of the way of that fucking semi. He's coming out of the place. Um, yeah, I've joked in the past. It's like it would be so fun to go to gay bars and stuff all the time. I just don't want to do what they want you to do afterwards. You know, it's like no. But you guys have a great time. You listen to a lot of Backstreet Boys, in Sync, Pink. A lot of fun, upbeat music. Everybody has cool outfits on. Everybody's happy. It's not as awkward as like going to a regular bar. You know, it's like, is this girl taken? I don't know. Like, none of those guys are taken. They may be taken, but they'll take you too. Um, so it's like not as stressful. I've been to a place called Hamburger Mary's before. I've been there. I had a wonderful fucking time. That's a drag show, by the way. It was a fun time. Not gonna lie. But it was a little creepy. A little creepy, but it was a fun time. Good hang. Everybody was in good spirits. We're trying to figure out where the fuck we're going. All right, he's getting out. I think I've talked enough. I'm getting into weird stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Have a great day. Keep all 18 down and finish on the back.